Highs and lows. Tonight we will be fusing one of the highest elements of cuisine with one of the lowest elements of food that pretends to be called cuisine. We'll be making chicken Corbin Bleu, but wrapped up as if it were one of the Hostess snack cake Swiss rolls. I'm Nick Pierce, this is Bon Appetit. Roll those credits! Alright, so I have never before in my life actually made regular chicken Corbin Bleu. I know roughly how it is made because I saw one of those sped up videos on Instagram where real chefs actually make it. You take chicken breast, you butterfly cut it, you fill that with ham and then some kind of white cheese. I didn't mention which on the video, everything was in French. And then you roll it in breadcrumbs, then you fry it, I think. It was kind of unclear, and I also didn't watch the video all the way through. So that's plenty enough for me to figure it out by myself. And wrapping a Swiss roll, you take your roll, you roll it. So we're gonna do that. I've got myself here a couple of pieces of great value pizza dough. So what I'm gonna do is spray these down so they don't get too sticky. And then I'm going to take each piece and I'm going to whack them on the side, who's your daddy, and then spread them out so they're roughly rectangular. And then really make sure you stretch them a little bit too. The longer the better, because these are going to get stretched out horizontal, like that. Alright, next up, the chicken. I've got here some rotisserie seasoned chicken breast, 99% fat free. That 1% though, oh, a hell of a percent it is. And we're going to take out our slices of chicken. We're going to divide that into groups of four, into pretty much equal groups of 4. Fun fact, I don't know a whole lot about chicken Corbin Bleu, but I Wikipedia'd it, and it turns out the dish is actually modeled after a person who first came to fame in the movie Catch That Kid in 2004, before being cast as Chad Danforth in the High School Musical series. He then killed it on Dancing with the Stars. I may or may not have had the wrong Wikipedia article. You're going to take 2 nice slices of chicken, and you're going to put them on each one. Forget that I tore that there. That's a typo. And then really just use all the chicken you have. Don't let leftover chicken weigh you down. So once that's all arranged, you're going to take your first bits of cheese. What I have here is shredded up Gouda cheese. You're going to want a creamy cheese that's white and melts very easily. So I'm using both Gouda and mozzarella. You're going to want to spread that evenly over the top. Get it nice and gooey. That is the only words I can convincingly speak in a French accent, and it's the sound that native French speakers make when they're laughing at foreigners in their own country. Alright, so next up we're going to take the ham and then throw that on there before giving them the wrap up. Alright, so also to go with this, we're going to have a nice thing of air-fried broccoli and some sauteed onions. I don't know what the French for either of those things is. I'm just going to say onions and broccoli. You're going to take some animal fat that you have in your fridge from the last time you cooked for Zack, and then you're going to slowly melt that around in a pan. Well, in the meantime, you're going to take your broccoli, season it with Cajun seasoning, and then you're just going to want to put that on the bottom rack of your oven. That's going to go in for about 10 minutes or until the edges of the florets, which is what an individual broccoli piece is called, are nice and crunchy. Give it a little bit of a crunchy zest. Then you're going to take this, your sliced up onions, slice them out however you want. I'm not the boss of you. And just sort of throw them in there. Pro tip, if you want it to last a little bit longer, give it a little bit more flavor, you can put in a little bit of light beer. Gives it some more hearty flavor to it. We're going to let those cook down. Now we're going to do what I've done my entire life for attention and ham it up. We're going to add a little ham on to these rolls. So first we take this, and then we slice it off. And we put another one on. a half.
So when it comes to French accents, it always sounds like someone making the decision to either spit or swallow.
Do you know, my friends, spitters are quitters. Sort of like my country when the Nazis invaded. Zutalo!
Yeah, tell it to the Vichy.
Yeah, collaborationists. All right, so now that we have these, we're going to add some mozzarella on top. I want a creamy, gooey cheese that squeezes out of this when you're finished rolling it. All jokes aside, that's what I want. So we're gonna dump in some mozzarella. Now, I don't want to include the Italians in anything, much less this dish. But I do enjoy their cheese game. In terms of European cheese games, Italy is definitely top 3. Following Britain and their sharp cheddars and Wensleydales, and France and their, their melty cheeses that can be enjoyed with a mistress any time of the day. Like a little sprinkly handful. Dump it over the top. And then I'm going to add a little bit more because I've got a friend who's watching this right now. He's like, you're not making it gooey enough. More cheese. Listen, Max, I see you. I hear you. Fuck you. And okay.
Fuck you, Max.
Max. Thinking he's so great because he's got really good hair. It was more of a compliment than anything. Fuck you anyways. Alright, then we're going to see if we can actually roll this bad boy up. This might get difficult. If I need to, I'm going to take this last slice of ham out. And then wrap it real tight. And then try and close the fabric over the dough over on the end. It's not sticking together, which means this side's going down. We're going to take that and we're going to put that over here on this. And then once we have all 4 together, we're going to put them in the oven to cook at 360. So I'm going to do that just 3 more times. All right, so for this next part, before we put them in the oven, they're all rolled out right here. I'm going to give them a nice little spray to make them sticky. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll it in a mixture of breadcrumbs, crushed red peppers, ground white pepper, Spanish paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and garlic salt. We're going to give them a nice roll, not too much to make them fully immersed and crummy, but just enough so it sticks on and it gives it some texture. This will also help make it a golden brown. Stay golden brown, pony boy. Essie Hinton. Nick Pierce. There's a guy at work who runs a crew called Soda Pop Painting because his favorite book as a kid was The Outsiders. And I think that's one of the most baller things ever. And whenever he leaves, I'm like, see you, Ian. Stay gold. Every single time I was like, ah, nice. It's one of the few joys I have in life. Anyways, now that these are ready, we're going to put these in the oven. Thank you, Zachary. And we're going to put those in there for about 10 minutes. All the chicken and all the ham is already cooked, so you're pretty much just having the pastries cooked. It is important to put these into at least quarters. If you wrap them up too hard in the inside, it's going to still be cold and raw by the time the outside is cooked. That's just basic pastry physics? Physics. Alright, it is 20 minutes later. I was way off on the timer. So we're going to take this out now. We're going to take the broccoli first. Nice and... Ow! Mother of piss! Okay. Also tastes like ham. That's not a good sign. I'm going to take these bad boys out. Shut that door. Thank you, Zach. And we've got 4 little loaves, and you can see they've got a little bit of a crunch to them, a little bit of give, and if we squeeze them right here, the juices should start rolling out the side. Oh, yeah. That one's going to be mine. So for plating, you know what? Fuck it. It's French haute cuisine, so we're going to get the good plates out. By that I mean my Gibson Home ones my mom got me for Christmas. Take your sauteed onions, put that with some air fried broccoli florets. Why won't they stick on the onion mound? Stick on the onion mound, by the way, sounds like a really bawdy song that like sailors used to sing. We're gonna take the first and the third one right here. Boom. Here's Zack's. Put that off to the side and then plate mine. You can always tell the difference of what I'm gonna eat versus what I make for somebody else because the plating just makes it seem like it was done by that elephant that paints at that zoo with her trunk. Which, by the way, I heard they're going for like 10,000 a piece, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. Modern art is a mystery to me. Anyways, so what you have now is a chicken cordon bleu Swiss roll. Let's cut this bad boy open and see what's inside. All right, so we're just gonna cut it open. And inside, you've got a nice layer of cheese, chicken, ham, and it's all ooey gooey and melted together. So we're gonna take this and then make sure, blow on it a little bit, and then insert your chicken Corbin Bleu Swiss roll into your mouth. Bone, oh, what's French for bone up the teeth? Fuck it, bon appetit.